Hey everybody, welcome to Kingdom of Honor This Pop Culture. I'm your host, Sam Manchin Swing, along with my good buddy, the Honorable Jeff.
Hello.
And we're here to cover this is our third in our Titan series. So this will be the final four episodes of season one of
One.
Titans, right? Okay.
Yep.
And I know, Jeff, there's one of these episodes that made you like throw your hands up in the air and be like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
Well, for the
Right?
first couple, and then it hit home around the end of episode 3, and it's just been great shit, just great the rest of the season.
No, I meant I thought there was one of these four that made you like
Oh
really hate it.
yeah, there was one that just I don't didn't think I needed to see the story, um, and I still don't think I needed to see the story even after seeing the story, and that's
Mm-hmm.
that Hank and Dawn episode. Um, I
It
didn't
does kind
need
of
to.
feel it does kind of feel like that episode could have been just that same story could have been just kind of told in flashbacks.
Yeah, I didn't think we needed to watch the whole story of him and his brother, and the sexual abuse, and um, by the coach, and all of that. It just wasn't needed. Them becoming superheroes because he is one concussion away from basically dying,
Hmm.
and so they're going to become superheroes where they're just going to continually get punched in the face. Um, you know, and then Don moving into the mix and everything too, after his brother died. It was off-putting. Just wasn't. But I mean, the other 3 episodes were great. And I think what really frustrated me the most about it is we just got that killer ending at the end of the episode before, and now we're going to go a whole episode without seeing what's going on.
Yeah, we see
You
Don calling to asking Hank and Don for help, but we don't see. But that's all we see from the other characters.
right? And the fact that we ended Donna Troy, which was cool to see Wonder Girl, um, but they ended that episode with Corey and her hands wrapped around Rachel's neck, trying to kill her.
Right.
And we fade to black, and then we go to this Hank and Don episode. It was a letdown. It was a letdown. But other than that, I think it was more the placing of it that was the letdown, because Hank didn't show up in the rest of the season. What was the point of shoehorning that episode in there
It's a roller
when
coaster. Go up and then bring him back down and then bring him back up. Right? That's how stories are told.
um we were on an up and a continued up? We could have just gone and then ended the season the way they did, and it would have been fine. I just felt like that shoehorned where it was. Like, if I hadn't been able to binge like I did, and I had to watch this and wait a week for it to come out, I would have been pissed, because I would have had to wait 2 weeks to figure out what the hell happened with Rachel.
But where would you have put it? I mean, if you weren't going to put it there, where would you put this episode?
Well, considering they didn't show up for the rest of the series, maybe right after Corey fell, or I'm sorry, right after Don fell and was in the hospital.
No, because then you wouldn't have had been able to have the whole thing about um, Rachel, calling asking them for help. That wouldn't have made any sense then at that point.
Well, they didn't need to have Rachel. They could have just done their whole flashback, and then we could have saw her wake up at the end, I guess, is kind of what I'm saying. And when was that one? Was that
It was
that
the ninth
was
episode of the season.
no, I'm talking about when, okay, so yeah, we saw Hank and Dove the end of episode 2.
Yeah.
So they could have done it there and then gone into the origins, because they could have had her calling for help when she was trapped in the cellar.
Um.
But then they would have had to figure out where to bring him back in. I think I'm more annoyed the fact that they shoehorned in an episode that had no payoff, because Hank and Don didn't show up at all in the last two episodes.
I think the problem is actually more with. I mean, I know that you didn't like the episode at all, but I do think the problem is more of. Actually, that's not true. Hank and Don did show up in the last season finale, just not those particular versions of Hank and Don.
Right, and
but
that was more of a dream.
yeah, it's a little bit weird the way that they cut the way they cut the season. It ended on a cliffhanger, which I know you're always a fan of.
Right.
And they actually don't resolve this story until next season. So even though the episode ends with Don telling Hank they need to find Jason Todd, and he's like, who the fuck is Jason Todd? We don't actually see Jason Todd coming back into it until season 2.
Right. So. I don't know. There was just a lot of stuff that was about that episode that just if they had even at the end of episode 11 had shown them tracking down Jason Todd in Gotham and saying, we need you to come with us. Something along those lines, it would have made more sense. But it just, because there was no mention of them, they didn't show up the rest of the season. That just felt so out of place. And I'm not a fan of the cliffhanger season endings.
But goddamn, what a great episode that was. That episode. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I miss the days of Buffy having the season finale the week before and then having just a fun little episode to end the season.
I don't remember that ever happening.
Oh, they always did. They always had basically their big bad battle was the second to last episode, and then they would do something like a movie night, and then to end the season, their dead mom showed up. That was the last scene of the season.
Season 1 ended with the battle at the Hellmouth. Season 2 ended with becoming and Buffy leaving town because her mom told her that she was going to, and she left that night never to come back. Season 3 ended with how does season 3 end? I don't remember how season 3 or season 4. No, season 3 ended. Season 3 ended. We didn't get to see the finale till in the middle of it, till like late in the summer because they didn't want to show the graduation day battle at the school.
Because of Columbine.
Because of Columbine. Season 4 ended with the battle at that facility. Season 5 ended with Buffy sacrificing herself. Season 6 ended with Willow trying to destroy the world, and season 7 ended with where they had Spike died and they saved and they saved the world, but then like Buffy was like, what's next, So
right.
So I think you're misremembering.
Yeah. Yeah. I just remember there was one season where they finished it. I think it was the Adam season.
Yeah, that was season 4 then.
Yeah, and I just remember them having a movie night and some weird stuff happening, and then her dead mom shows up. And then it was the next season we had Dawn all of a sudden.
Yeah,
her baby sister Dawn that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that would have been season 4 then. Yeah. So
yeah.
So there you go. You're thinking that it happened every season, but it did not.
But regardless, I like having season endings being the season ending, not on some badass cliffhanger like this where you don't know, because what happens? We get a the hell was the name of that now? The superhero movie season we just saw that they decided to cancel.
Oh, that was Jupiter's Legacy.
Yeah, you end up with things like that happening if you don't get, like, even Lock and Key. The way that it ended, I was satisfied because it didn't end on a, oh my God, is Dick gonna die type of season finale, or like a Doom Patrol where they all freeze and blow up.
That one pissed me off. That one really did piss me off. But you had said before that the Duke Pro episode was your favorite episode of the season. This is my favorite episode. I think
The
that the
Dick,
season, the Dick Grayson episode is just absolutely fantastic.
I loved it. I loved the episode. I loved the story. I loved everything about it except for the ending, except for that final scene. But yeah, him having to go back to Gotham to save Batman from himself, um, and then to fail at it.
Yeah,
I thought it was a great episode. That might have been my favorite episode of the season.
yeah, it's so good. Did you watch the post credits scene?
There was a post credit scene.
Yeah,
Okay, no, I didn't watch it because my HBO Max show came up, and like I saw there was 4 minutes and it was every single episode. There was like 4 minutes of credits. And it would get like 30 seconds in and then want me to skip to the next. And I know it never used to do that if there was a post credit scene. So I just, when it wanted to skip to the next, I just skipped. So I'll have to go back and watch it.
yeah, we get to see Connor in Crypto. So
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
nice little teaser for season 2.
I
But yeah,
did like the fact because I was thinking the whole time that there was something real shady about her mom. So it was nice that there really was something shady about her mom.
yep, her mom is shady. It's like you said, it's great to see Donna show up. I like how they stack. I like how they kind of like stack and start adding. They add more and more characters as the season goes on. You know,
Right.
First we get, of course, Rachel and Dick, and then we get Hank and Don, and then they go away for a while, and we get Corey and Gar added on, and then we get Donna, right? And then at the end of the season, um, I think every one of the characters appears in the final episode, right? Even though it's mostly inside Dick's head, we still get every one
Right.
of those characters. I forgot about Jason. Jason showed up too, so we get Jason as well, and we get Jason in the wheelchair. We get Rachel and Gar are together. We get Corey as an FBI agent. Dick and Hank or I mean not Dick and Hank. Dick and Don are together, and then
Yeah.
Hank is kind of there in the background as her ex-boyfriend painting the baby's nursery.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, you're right. They were, yeah, everyone did show up in that episode, didn't they?
Yeah, and even Rachel's dad shows up in that dream sequence as the detective in Gotham as well.
Oh, yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really, really good episode. I remember messaging you that I was pissed that I didn't get to watch anymore when it ended because we weren't starting season 2 yet.
And when I told you we were getting Batman in in Titans, I bet you didn't expect this soon or how we were going to get it. So
No, I really did not expect what I saw. And
yeah,
we didn't really get Batman, we just saw shadows of him. But yeah, I did not expect Batman to be there. Definitely not that soon.
yeah.
So
We even get the Joker.
yeah, we did. Granted, dead. And all you saw was his green hair and his face through a window. But
Yeah,
we did get the Joker. That is true. Yeah, and it was just basically the dream sequence was Joker killed Commissioner Gordon, so Batman was out for revenge.
yep.
And wasn't Dick being blamed for it because had Dick never left, it never would have happened or something. Bruce wouldn't have lost his mind or something like that.
Yeah, that was the implication. I also liked how I don't know if you noticed this, Jeff, but at the end of the episode, her dad said, he had his choice, and this is the path that he chose. But
Mhm.
really, he chose twice to leave, and both times, then the dad like threw in like the scenario that made him stay. So
Mhm.
Dick did try to choose the right path 3 times. You know. It was, but
Right.
but the playing field was not level. You know
Yeah.
that
Well,
there was
of
also
course not.
something else thrown in there to make him. I'm just saying, you know, that like if you don't watch closely, you don't realize that yeah, Dick just this is Dick is always just going to be dark. This is the path he's always going to choose because it actually took like 3 times him being swayed away from going the right way before he actually did kill Batman. You know.
Right. Right. Yeah. And I mean, did you really expect Satan to not stack the deck?
No, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying if you don't pay close attention to that, and you're kind of like, oh yeah, that Dick did go dark. Like if you were like watching it distracted or something, you would miss that. Those little
Right.
subtle moments
Yeah.
where Dick did try to choose the right path.
Yeah. Where he was like, I'm going home to my wife and kids, and like, oh, I'm going home
Right.
to my wife or whatever, and, and something ended up happening. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I did notice that my 18-year-old showed up.
Oh, cool.
So I don't. Season 1, I'm definitely giving a thumbs up. I think I might actually go back now that I know there's a post-credit scene, especially, and just rewatch that whole episode again because it was such a great episode.
Yeah, and I guess next up we're like I mentioned on our espresso show we just did. We're gonna be off for a couple of weeks because I'll be out of town both weekends. But next up, are we doing season two? Season two, are we? Because we saw that reminiscence movie to cover
Well,
as well.
We're gonna have 2 movies by the time we're back on
What's the other one?
because Reminiscence is out, and then isn't it Dune?
No, doing this in October isn't until October. Not gonna be off for that.
So it must be that new horror movie.
Oh, the new one by James Wan.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know there's gonna be 2 movies because we had one this weekend that we skipped, and then with 2 weekends off, there's gonna be another one that's Labor Day weekend.
All right, let's see if the site comes up for me.
So we'll end up doing what, 3 movies and then back to this.
Yeah, Malignant. Yeah, Malignant comes out on September 10th. Yeah, you're right. So.
Yep.
And
So
Cry
we've
Macho,
got-
the Cry Macho one to September 17th.
we can skip Cry Macho.
No, we can't. It's on our list.
Can't we skip? That's the documentary one?
No, Cry Macho is the Clint Eastwood. The documentary is
Oh.
King Richard in November.
Oh God, we can definitely skip that one.
Yeah.
And I feel like we could skip some bad ones because they threw an extra 20 in there that weren't going to be there when we originally
Well,
decided to do.
Well, if we're gonna skip bad ones, I really I'd want to skip. I think Reminiscence is one I'd want to skip. So.
Yeah, see, it's Hugh Jackman though, so I
Okay.
kind of want to watch it.
You don't like Clint Eastwood?
What's Clint Eastwood in?
Cry
Macho?
Macho.
Oh, I didn't know that. Kind of want to watch it now.
There you go.
All right. So yeah, I guess we got a couple movies to watch, and then back to Titans.
All right. Sounds good. So guys, enjoy your next few weeks. Watch Titans if you haven't. That's all we got. We'll try to do better next time. This is Shane saying long days, pleasant nights, and Jeff saying
Goodbye.